Grand rising and peace to all the gods and goddesses of planet Kai. Man, peace to all the divine beings and chosen ones all around the world, family. I'm sending y'all high vibrational energy and gratitude. If these videos resonate with y'all, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share these videos to more divine beings and chosen ones all around the world, family. Divine intellect signing in. Now, y'all, as y'all can see, they cloaking the sky today. You know, they scared of the gods getting this DEA and activating and charging up and getting this photon energy. But I'm going to shift some things, and we ain't going to talk too much about that. But yeah, use this alchemy. But look, family, what I want to talk about today was the 7 chakras. You know what I'm saying? The 7 main chakras that we know about. It's way more chakras than just the 7, but I'm just going to talk to y'all about the 7 main basic chakras that the world may know about, or, you know, that everybody know of, you know, and that's the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra, right? Those are the 7 basic chakras that we know about, right? And these are energy centers within your vessel that helps your overall well-being, help you, you know, raise your frequency and basically help you, you know what I'm saying, be in the best overall, you know, condition as far as your health. And being able to activate certain energy portals and energy centers that's within your vessel for your blood to flow and for your energy to flow accurately and out through your body, so that way, you know, you could, you know, be operating in your highest vibration, your highest frequency, or being your greatest, you know, be the best as far as your health, being the best overall as far as your well-being. I meant to say, you know, so. The 7 chakras, you know what I'm saying? Everybody don't have chakras, right? Now, these soulless beings, which are these demons, these soulless vessels out here, they don't have chakras, so they don't know what it's like to activate these chakras and be able to feel blissful or to be able to connect to the astrals. Because once you align these 7 chakras, that's connecting to that Christ consciousness within you. That's you activating that Christ consciousness gene within you, that energy within you. It's already within you. That's why, you know, the Christ consciousness is already within us. That's why you don't have to go searching and looking for everything outside of yourself. That's why it's always important to sit with self, go deep within. And that's like meditation and even doing certain mudras and mantras and chants to unlock these chakra centers, these energy centers that's within you, so that your energy could flow through you accurately and you could flow and be off what, you know, like I said, be operating from your highest well-being, right? So, like I said, everybody don't have these chakras, but I done a video on this in the past, but I just wanted to come back on here and re-upload a new one for you guys, for all my new subscribers and new supporters that's on this channel. And y'all probably been wondering how to cleanse and activate these chakras, right? Like I said, I got a whole video. I got old videos of these 7 chakras and how to activate and cleanse yourself, right? And how to activate them, right? So starting with your root chakra, right? Your root chakra deals with fear. It deals with security. It deals with you worrying. It deals with your anxiety. It deals with everything that's in the lower vibration, the lowest vibration, because that's where it starts at the base of your spine. Your root sits at the base of your spine, right? And this is how you awaken the Kundalini energy within you as well, when you align these 7 chakras. And like I said, this is how you vibrate on your highest frequency to be at your greatest version of yourself and to be able to, you know, manifest better and be able to attract things to you that's in alignment with you, you know, from your highest self. And this is how you also connect with your highest self and connect to the Most High, Divine Mother and Father, and tap into that Christ consciousness that's already within your genetics, right? If you have chakras within you. So the root deals with security, like your finances. It deals with your fear, anxiety, worrying, you know, those type of things. Like, most of the world is in root right now. If they haven't done the work to heal and raise their frequency or raise their consciousness, they're in root right now. So we all was at root. We all were at root at one point, right? Before the chosen ones who've done the work and healed and raised their consciousness, we were all in root, just like the rest of the world. The whole world that's operating in 3D is still in root, still in fear, still in survival mode, still worrying about stuff, still in ancient anxiety, all these type of things that keeps you grounded in your root chakra. You know, that's once you open your root chakra, You release fear, you release the worrying, you release that survival mode of thinking that you have to run and chase things and run after money, run after this. You know, the way that you can cleanse and heal that root chakra is by doing by grounding, coming out here and planting your feet in the ground, planting your feet in the soil, just bare feet, just grounding your feet in the soil. Also, even sitting down sitting down on your bottom and doing a mudra and mantra. You know, is when you hold, and this is not a gang sign. You know, I know gangs, what they try to do with the signs, especially with the mudras and mantras. They, you know, I know how a lot of gangs and stuff use hand signals and hand signs and stuff to, you know, throw up different sets and stuff like that. But before any of that stuff, before any sets or anything, and that's not disrespecting anybody gangs or anybody sets, I mean, or what they represent. But before we had, before there was hand signs for different gangs, we was using hand signs to open our chakras and using different mudras, you know, and saying different mantras, you know what I'm saying? But the mudras are just hand signals. And, you know, the one for the root chakra would be you holding, you know, like in meditation where everybody does this regular meditation where their hands are like this. This is the heart though. But when you're working on your root, you will hold it upside down. You'll hold it upside down like this while you're sitting on your bottom. Both hands, you'll hold them up, so you'll hold them down like this, and you'll chant Lam with an L, like Lam, 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 and that is a way to help activate and heal your root chakra. And that's the first chakra that sits within the spine of the Kundalini energy rising from that. It starts from the root in the base of your spine, and it goes all the way up to your crown chakra, which is where you detach from this whole entire matrix and be able to connect to the spiritual world, right? But first you have to start at your root, releasing fear, releasing shame, guilt, traumas, pain, you know, all of that stuff. You have to release it and be grounded. And you, like I said, you get grounded by coming outside and planting your feet, bare feet in the ground, in the surface, in the soil, and, you know, and connecting back to nature, connecting back to the elements all around you, the earth. And the earth is mainly the element for when you're out in nature. Earth is 4 elements. It's earth, water, air, and fire. But you connecting to the earth when you come out here and ground your feet, and you get back centered, you get back grounded. That's how you release the fears, the anxiety, and work on your root chakra. Okay. Next is your sacral chakra. Your sacral chakra deals with your sexual energy, your creativity, the ability to be able to manifest certain things as well, right? And it all deals with your sexual energy, because protecting your sexual energy, and I'm gonna do a lecture about that as well. Your sexual energy is very important, because that's how you use that. That's energy, sacred energy that you need to create. Just think about it. You know, you can have sex with the opposite partner, with a woman, right? And y'all can create a child. You can bring a child into this world. That's how powerful your sacral chakra is. You can create energy. And just think about if you hold all that energy within you and don't release. And you can manifest faster. You could put things out into the universe, and you'll start to see it manifest into your physical reality, because you're creating. Or you could use that energy to create, whether it's music, whether it's you drawing something, whatever you like to create, or whatever it is that you are gifted at doing. You can use that sacred energy to create. Or you could use that energy to have sex and create a child and bring a child into this world. You know, that's how powerful your sacral energy is. So that's why they push porn onto the people so much, because they want us draining all our sexual energy, because it's sacred and you could create with it, just like you could bring a child into this world. Just think about how powerful it is if you don't release for a long ass time, and, you know, you just hold all that energy within you. You could create so much, bro. I'm telling you, and you will feel so much more energetic and more alive, you know. But they want you draining and just releasing and releasing, having sex, so that way you can feel tired and weak and just feel, you know, powerless out here. You know, you holding on to that energy gives you power. It gives you a lot of energy to create. But one way that you can unlock that chakra is by, you know, bringing both of your hands together. And it's like you and it's a certain mudra and mantra. This is the mudra that you would do, basically. So as far as with the mudra, right, it's more of like this. You holding your hand, you holding it here on your genital area. You know, whether if you're a woman, you'll hold it on your vagina area, and if you're a man, you'll hold it in your penis area. You'll hold a mudra like this, and you will chant Vam with a V. Vam, 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 and that is a way for you to help open up your sacral chakra, right? And that deals with your creativity, family. Then you also have the solar plexus chakra. This deals with your courage, your confidence, you know, your willpower, you know, and this also deals with your manifestations as well. You actually having the courage to get up, to take action, to make shit happen, or to make it, you know, make it happen in your physical reality. You getting up to take the steps necessary, right? And this chakra deals with what you put in your vessel. You know, when you fast or you don't eat for a good period of time, when you go on a fast, that is a good way to strengthen your solar plexus because you're not blocking it. Your solar plexus is right here in your stomach area. That's where you digest your food and stuff at. But just think, if you go a long time without eating anything or going on a fast, you're basically strengthening your solar plexus chakra when you do that. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about the root. The root is the base chakra, which is at the base of your spine. That deals with, that color is red. Then you go up to your sacral chakra, that deals with your sexual energy, which is your creative energy. You know, and that should be sacred to you. That color is orange. And then when you get to your solar plexus, is what you put in your vessel, right? That color is yellow. That's the solar plexus. I meant to mention the colors from the beginning as well, y'all. But yeah, the solar plexus is dealing with your willpower, your courage, your strength, your motivation to keep going and to get up and actually take action, right? And a mudra and mantra that you could use for your solar plexus would be like this. You will hold it up right here on your stomach, right? Around where your stomach and navel area is. And you would chant Ram with an R. Ram, 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 Ram. That is a way to open your solar plexus chakra and cleanse it. You know, but the more you do this, the more you do these mudras that I'm teaching y'all about and these mantras, the more you can unlock those chakras within you. And getting out in the sun more, bro. I'm telling y'all, getting out in the sun more, and also singing bowls and music and frequencies are also tuned to the chakras. And I'll even tell y'all which frequency represent each chakra, you know, once I'm done showing y'all these mudras and mantras. The next chakra would be your heart chakra, right? And that deals with having love, you know, you caring, you being compassionate, you know, being pure, you know, being genuine and opening up your heart space, because that's how the world is gonna heal. You know, we have to heal our heart space, because a lot of stuff be locked in your heart that you hold, like a lot of different things that happen in your life that hurt you. You know, people done you wrong. You hold all that stuff within your heart, and you have to release those things to be able to have a loving heart and to be able to care for others and be more compassionate and be more pure and healed. It deals with your heart chakra, and you'll be more giving, and others will be more giving towards your energy as well, right? And the color that deals with the heart chakra we know as is green. Green. The more you spend out here in nature, it helps heal your heart chakra, because it helps you release a lot. And also, bro, when y'all see a lot of these colors, like when you see a lot of red a lot, it helps with your root chakra. When you see a lot of orange, it helps with your sacral chakra. When you see a lot of yellow, it helps with your solar plexus. When you see a lot of green, it helps with your heart chakra, right? Yeah, the colors also help too, if you're constantly looking at these colors. But I'm explaining to y'all the mudras and the different mantras. So with the heart chakra, you will hold it. It's like this. You will hold in both hands when you're in a meditation. When you're sitting down on your bottom or in meditation or standing up, you can even be standing up. The mudra and mantra that you would use for this would be Yam, like with a Y. Yam, Yam, Yam. And that help heal your heart chakra, help you be more pure, be more loving, be more caring, and it helps you come out of your ego and helps you release a lot of things. You know, the next chakra would be your throat chakra. This deals with your communication, being able to speak up, being able to use your voice, whether you might be a musician, a rapper, whatever you are, whatever talent that you use, or you might be a speaker, a motivational speaker, whatever it is that you're calling or whatever your lane is, Your throat chakra has to be open for you to be able to use your voice, you know, because a lot of people who don't speak up for themselves or are afraid to speak up for themselves, they have a blocked throat chakra. And the way that you help open your throat chakra is a certain mudra and mantra for that as well, right? And the color that deals with that is also, I think it's like a light blue. It deals with the color of the throat chakra. And like I said, your throat chakra deals with you speaking up and using your voice. And the way that you help open and activate the throat chakra and cleanse your throat chakra so that you can activate it is by holding the mudra like this, right? And the mantra that you're gonna chant, the mantra that you're gonna chant is hum with a H, like hum, 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 and that, you know, just chant that when you're in your meditations or when you're working on your mudras and mantras and trying to cleanse and activate your chakras, or even by humming a lot is a good way to open your throat chakra. Singing a lot, rapping just out loud, and just using your voice, you know, is a good way to open your throat chakra. The next chakra would be the third eye chakra, and this is the chakra that allows you to be able to see, you know, be able to see more. This chakra allows you to be able to see more, you know what I'm saying, and be able to see through the illusions, right? And see in the physical world and be able to see through the bullshit or the fuckery, or be able to have a mind to where, be able to tap deeper within your mind and higher realms to be able to see what's amongst you and be able to see, like I said, see through illusions. Your third eye is very powerful because it's really your first eye. You know, because what we see through these two physical eyes, we're not really seeing nothing because we're up under light cold lockdown. So you're only seeing the things in 3D and physical and everything that's moving at a low frequency, everything that's dense, third dimensional. But when you open your third eye chakra, you see everything on higher realms, from a higher consciousness. You see different things, different beings amongst you that you didn't see through these two eyes, right? And if you're not ready to open your third eye, it could really scare you, especially if you're not healing, and especially if you're not doing the spiritual work to be able to accept different things that you're gonna be seeing. Because when you open your third eye, it really ain't no going back. You know what I mean? You're gonna see people. You're gonna be able to tell agents amongst you, demons amongst you. You're gonna be able to see reptilians. You're gonna be able to see a lot of shit amongst you that the average eye is blinded by. You know, the regular two eyes that we have is blinded by, because with these regular two eyes we can only see what's in the physical, right? But when you do open your third eye, you're able to, you know, see beyond the veil, basically, right? And you're able to see through the illusions, you're able to see through the trickery, and your consciousness is more expanded, right? And you know, the mudras and mantras that you're gonna use to activate and cleanse your third eye chakra would be this would be the mudra right here that you will hold up, right? And the mantra that you're gonna chant, is Om, like OM, like Om, 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 and you would chant that while you're in your meditations, you know what I mean, when you're in your deep meditations. And that color is more of like an actual blue. It's not light blue. The throat chakra would be light blue, but the third eye is more like dark blue, the actual color blue, you know, a little dark blue. The last chakra would be the crown chakra, and this is the chakra that, you know, is at the crown, and at the crown of your head, right at the top. And it starts, like I said, from the root at the base of your spine, and it goes all the way up to your crown. When you reach the crown level, right, that's when the Kundalini energy is activated, you know, and that's when you reach that Christ consciousness level that I was talking about at the beginning of the video. So with the crown chakra, you detach from this physical reality, you detach from the matrix, you be more connected to the spiritual world. You'll be able to see everything that's going on around you, because like I said, once you got that third eye open, you right there at the crown to detaching from this and seeing through all the illusions, seeing everything, because they got the whole world up under light cold lockdown to stop us from seeing what's really amongst us. Because like I told y'all before, everybody amongst you is not regular people. Everybody is not human, right? But when you do tap into your crown chakra, that's you tapping into Christ consciousness and being able to be on the highest frequency ever, be on your highest frequency you know, like, I mean, it's more chakras to go after you reach the crown, but the 7 basic chakras, that's just aligning you to be more on a high frequency and be, you know, in that Christ consciousness that I was telling y'all about, right? And being more connected to the spirit world and to everything around you and to the whole entire planet, and be able to receive downloads and different messages from the ancestors, your spiritual team, and also the Most High Divine Mother and Father. But you have to heal these 7 chakra points, and that's just the start to be able to connect to those realms, right? So when you get to the crown, this color is purple. You know, the crown chakra deals with the color purple, and the mudra that and mantra, I mean, you don't really have to chant a mantra, but you can still silently chant om, just like with the third eye. But the mudra that you will hold up with the crown chakra would be like this. And you could sit in silence, or you could silently chant om, and that is a way for you to activate that crown chakra and detach from this physical world. But when you open your crown chakra, you're gonna detach from material things. You ain't gonna care about the material stuff like that no more, like money and, you know, cars and, you know, all this stuff that don't really mean nothing, because it's all about you really connecting back to your authentic self on a spiritual level. But we've been lied to our whole lives and told that if we don't have these materialistic things, we ain't shit, right? But that's what the Matrix wants you to believe, right? But when you en route, just like the rest of the world, right, that's where they want to keep you at. Control and fear, you know, worrying and lack and survival mode. That's why it's good to, that's what the whole point of getting out of fear, getting out of root and raising your frequencies, because the time that we moving into, all of this shit ain't gonna matter no more. This was just shit that was created by the enemy, which is the oppressors, to keep us in this matrix cycle, to keep us feeling like we gotta chase these things. And I mean, don't get it wrong. I mean, I know everybody want to have something nice. Who don't want to have nice things? I'm not saying that you're not supposed to have nice things, not have cars and not have a home and money and all these things. But when you fully raise your consciousness and raise your frequency, you will know that those things was just illusions. Those things was just distractions to keep you in this matrix, to keep you in this simulation out here moving like an NPC and a bot. You know what I mean? Because it's really all about you connecting back to your authentic self and really being who you were on a spiritual level, because we're going back to how things were anciently. You know what I'm saying? As a god or a goddess, you know, we never went without. We always had. We built everything we wanted and had. You know, as the original pyramid builders, you know, our people, they built everything from scratch as the originals did. The originals and the gods and goddesses of this planet. You know, the ancient Egyptians, the Atlanteans, you know, Sumerians. All of those blacks and Latinos and people of my complexion that were the originals and gods and goddesses of this planet built everything from scratch. We built everything. So it's like our people come from royalty. We come from the riches. We come from already having those things inherently. We didn't have to work and slave at a 9-to-5 job just to have these things. That was already stuff that we were doing and building and creating on the land, because we are natural creators as the originals and as gods and goddesses of this planet. We are natural creators. You know, that's already within our DNA, within our blood. Especially if you come from a royal bloodline, you already know what I'm talking about. But yeah, but everything in this matrix is just this is just watered down shit compared to what we had anciently. Like cars and all that, we had way more shit, way more advanced technology than the phone and all this shit. And we was talking to each other telepathically. Our people communicated using telepathy. We didn't have to really say much. You know what I'm saying? We telepathically understood each other without using words, because the whole English language is a spell. You know what I'm saying? But it's all witchcraft. It was created by the oppressor, and it's a watered down version of how we anciently spoke. Because once the oppressors and these hierarchy human beings took over our planet, they just gave us back watered down shit of everything that we already had anciently, right? We had way more advanced stuff than what we have to this day in this physical world as we know as in America today, right? But yeah, those are the 7 chakras that y'all, you know, could work on, family, when you're in meditation, cleanse and activate these chakras. And I'm telling you, your overall well-being will change, your frequency will rise, you know, you will attract things to you. You can manifest better, you know what I mean? Like, if you really stay dedicated, really keep doing the work, you know. And I have been getting back on my mudras and mantras more lately, you know, than I have before. I stopped at one point, but I was slacking. But I'm back on my mudras and mantras, family. But those are just ways to cleanse and activate those chakras, and you know, the different frequencies. I'm gonna leave it at this with the different frequencies and that y'all can listen to. When it come down, and it could be any song, it be anything you want to listen to, whether it's binaural beats, whatever frequencies you want to listen to, right? When you want to deal with cleansing and healing and activating the root chakra, do 396 hertz. When you want to deal with your sacral chakra, do 417 hertz. When you want to deal with the solar plexus, do 528 hertz. When you want to deal with opening and activating the heart chakra, do 639 hertz. When you want to deal with your throat chakra, cleansing and activating it, do 741 hertz. When you want to deal with the third eye, 852 hertz. And when you want to deal with the crown chakra, 963 hertz. All of these different frequencies help cleanse and activate your chakras as well if you don't have time to do the mudras and mantras. But you still should be including the mudras and mantras, because like the frequencies ain't gonna just do it all. You know, I'm just saying the frequencies are also beneficial along with the mudras and mantras and sitting in meditation. You know what I mean? But yeah, those are also helpful as well, and you can include those whether you listen to certain rap songs, whatever music it is you want to listen to, whether it's just natural frequencies. Hell, it don't matter. And even you can go online and look at certain frequencies that they got online, like they got the root chakra frequency, they got the sacral chakra frequency, they got the solar plexus chakra frequency, the heart chakra. You know, this, like I said, the solar plex, the root, the sacral, the solar plexus, the heart, the you could do the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra. It's different frequencies already on there, but y'all got to make sure that y'all find the right one, because YouTube be playing too. They be trying to fuck with certain frequencies so that you don't actually get the right frequency that'll help heal and activate them chakras. You know what I mean? And also, family, even down to the music. They try to keep all the music at 440 hertz, and that's a fucked up frequency to keep us all in fear, keep us in root, keep us negative, you know, keep people mindset in a negative and trapped in stagnation place, you know, in stagnant place, I meant. But that's the whole point of changing the frequency, so that way, you know, you don't be listening to this distorted sound, you know, and this low vibrational energy behind the music, because they channel and tune all the music nowadays to 440 hertz to keep everybody in root and to keep you in that mode. But when you change the hertz, it starts them activating them chakras and cleansing them chakras, you know, as well with doing the mudras and mantras. But yeah, that's just something to think about, family. And you wonder why they want to control the radio station and keep it at 440 hertz, to keep control over the masses and keep them following the agendas of these artists and shit that they pushing, especially in the rap community. They always trying to push that black on black drill, and our people killing each other, and black women feeling like they ain't nothing but just pussy and ass. You know what I'm saying? They want to push that over the masses so much to keep everybody in fear and in root and in that mode, that survival mode shit. But yeah, you start healing them chakras, family. I'm telling you, you're gonna start seeing a difference in your life and your overall well-being, and even how you feel on a daily. You'll feel more alive. You'll feel more uplifted. You won't feel drained and tired all the time and lazy. Once you start really working on them chakras, you're going to feel way better, like overall, with your well-being and your health, because frequencies also heal you, you know, and the singing bowls and sound bowls, you know. But yeah, family, those are just the 7 basic chakras. You know what I'm saying? It's way more chakras than that, family, and it's way higher levels to reach. I think it's like 33 in total, I believe. But those are just the 7 basic ones that you got to get started with. That's just the starting point. And like I said, I'm still working on them myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to stay, you know, on a roll with them too, doing my mudras and mantras and doing the work as well. And y'all just continue doing what y'all got to do on this journey, family, and let's continue evolving together. You know what I'm saying? Divine Intellect signing out, family. You know, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video to more divine beings all around the world and other chosen ones, family. Let's get them chakras cleansed and activated around this time, so we can keep vibrating on our highest frequency and vibrating in Christ consciousness and vibrate, you know, on a higher frequency, family, on our highest frequency. Now we rise, family. Love. Y'all stay safe out there. And I say.